In 1492, Europeans controlled just 8% of the world's land area. 400 years later, Europeans dominated the globe and controlled over 84% of the world. I wonder how that happened. How about that? I learned something. These books behind me don't just make my office look good. They're filled with useful information just like that. Hello, my name is Peter Bushell. This video is an introduction to my course, Colonialism and Imperialism in World History. In this course, we'll explore how colonialism, imperialism, and conceptions of empire have shaped the modern world. We'll look at what drove imperialist expansion, how empires took control, the resistance they faced, and their lasting impact. We'll cover Spanish colonization of the Americas, British rule in Africa, and how Imperial Japan went from the victim of imperialism to a victimizer. We'll discuss imperialism's connections to both world wars. Throughout the course, we'll focus on encounters between vastly different cultures and the lasting consequences of imperialism and colonialism. Students will be asked to consider similarities and differences between these three empires, how imperialist encounters reshape societies, and reflect on imperial ambitions' ultimate repercussions. Primary source documents from both colonizers and the colonized will provide different viewpoints and perspectives, helping students develop well-rounded arguments and a deeper understanding of historical issues. No previous knowledge of these histories is required for this course. This course also holds a writing-intensive designation and will have several peer-review writing workshops to help strengthen students' writing skills and improve their papers before final submission. There are also no exams in this class. So what can you expect from this course? Well, there'll be weekly meetings, and you'll need to analyze what you have read. A typical class involves me giving a short lecture. Then you're broken up into random groups. We'll do an in-class discussion, review of the readings. The main assignments of this course are 3 short position papers. In these papers, you'll engage with primary sources to form your own arguments on how the native populations should respond to imperialist encounters. As I strive for a more student-centered classroom, all of you will use your papers in in-class debates. At the end of the semester, over 3 class sessions, students will take part in a role-playing game simulation that makes up a significant portion of their grade. In this game, you'll explore the causes of World War I, focusing on rising imperial tensions and the July crisis, the event that pulled the European nations into conflict. Each student is given a role as a historical figure with their own objectives. You'll read about your character and do readings to understand their nation's perspective and wider global issues at play. Then within your nation, you'll strategize, decide how best to defend your interests. You'll negotiate with other powers, forge alliances, draft treaties. You'll deliver a speech based off your role.
The events that have come to pass are an offensive act of aggression and hostility upon Russia and her allies, most notably Serbia, and it should be the belief of all civilized men that an act against peace is an act that must be punished.
And finally, we'll see if these European empires can avoid war or march off towards their own destruction. Through your decisions and interactions, I hope you gain a deeper understanding of the motives driving each nation towards war. And once the game is over, we'll look at the decisions the real historical figures made during the crisis. In this class, you won't just be learning history, you'll be experiencing it. If you're ready to learn more about imperialism and colonialism in a whole new way, I encourage you to register. I look forward to seeing you next semester.